Good morning, I'm Sunetra Choudhury, political editor of the Hindustan Time, bringing you all that you need to know about COVID-19 on Saturday, the 9th of May. There are now almost 60,000 cases of COVID-19 across the country and more than 1,900 people have died. In our top story, we report how migrants across the country from various states are continuing to walk. This despite the fact that government has started various buses and trains to ferry them back home. So what is the reason that they continue to walk despite the kind of assurances that have been given to the top court of the country? Well, Hindustan Times has found that one of the biggest reasons why many continue to walk is because they don't have any documentation. And in order to take the state transport, those trains that have been provided, they need to register themselves. And this has proved to be a major obstacle for them. And so, as one told us, they'd rather keep moving than to die of hunger. The second story that we have for you is one which concerns data related to these migrants. A majority of them seem to be from areas which have become hotspots. And so their return to where they're from is a major challenge for the government. A data piece in the Hindustan Times shows that a majority of them are from hotspots areas. So when they return, isolating them is going to be a big challenge. The data shows that in those areas, average of 3 people share a room. There are elderly people present in almost all of those families, so they become especially vulnerable as well. Another key piece of data, only about 24% of people or households in that area have access to private sources of water, which means that even the basic rule of hand washing is going to be a challenge. The next story that we have for you is how industry body CII has said that the government needs to release a stimulus package of 15 lakh crores immediately in order for many industries to survive. Now, this seems to be a revision of their previous data package demand. Initially, they'd said that 4.5 lakh crore rupees is needed, and now they've revised it to a substantially larger number. They're pointing out that the government needs to act right now, immediately, if many of those bodies, many businesses have to survive. This makes 15 lakh crore makes up about 7.5% of the GDP. Until now, we've had only one help, which is 1.7 lakh crores, which is a much more minuscule number. And they say that many of those industries and businesses have lost a huge amount of output because of the almost 2 months of shutdown that we've had. And they point out that time is running out. So that's something for the government to consider as well. Health Ministry has yet again revised its rules. We are seeing constant updates coming out from what was needed for people to be isolated to what is being said now. Initially, in order for someone to be released from hospital when they had COVID-19, they needed to be put through sometimes 1 or 2 tests. Well, now the government and the Health Ministry has said that they may not be tested at all if they have mild symptoms. Now, if you've had mild symptoms and for 3 days you've not had any fever, the government is asking you to go home and further quarantine for another week. No extra tests, especially the one which is a swab test, is needed any longer. So constant revisions and updates are coming in from the Health Ministry. And finally, we've all seen those pictures of huge crowds at alcohol outlets, all of them violating social distancing norms. Well, some people have spotted a money-making scheme in them. The Excise Department has reported that they have seen at least 20 instances of fake websites which are asking people to give in money. So 20 cases, people have actually given money to fake websites, expected alcohol to be delivered at their doorstep, and nothing of course came. So those cases have been registered, so you should be careful as well. This all comes in the backdrop of Supreme Court telling state governments that they should consider home delivery of alcohol. It's a great source of revenue, and also by home delivery, social distancing is intact. So be careful, don't be duped by those websites promising to send you alcohol at home. Make sure that it is government approved. Those are the news updates for now. Keep tracking them on hindustantimes.com.